Should you bring your parents along for your home buying journey? The answer is it depends, and I've got a little quiz today to help you find out what you should do. Hi, my name is Marissa Miller, and I'm a real estate agent here in Appleton, Wisconsin. I service all of the Fox cities, which includes Oshkosh, Kaukauna, Neenah, Menasha, you name it, this entire area. And I'm super passionate about making videos and content relating to real estate so that I can educate the public and help them have a better experience out there when they are buying or selling a home. I'm super excited you're here, and don't forget to subscribe because I upload new videos every Monday. Okay, let's jump in. First thing to consider, are you making this decision by yourself, or is someone else going to be involved, such as a significant other? If you're making the decision by yourself, you may want to consider bringing your parents along, depending on the other things we're going to talk about in a bit. But they can be another source of moral support. Obviously, your real estate agent will know your needs and wants, but your parents know you super well. I think it is important to have someone like a friend, a significant other, or a parent who knows you extremely well, who can keep your head level and remind you of your non-negotiables. If you are making the decision with your significant other, it may make it a little more difficult to have parents along. With two people having very different needs and wants trying to come together on a conclusion and be completely in agreement on the same house, it's hard enough. So adding in other opinions and thoughts might make it even harder. Just something to consider. Question number 2 to reflect on is, are your parents handy? Could they fix something if it needed to be fixed, or could they figure it out? If your parents aren't super handy, they may point out really minor things that need to be fixed, and they might see them as total red flags. Question number 3 to reflect on is a bit of a tough pill to swallow, and that is, what is the real reason you're bringing them along for your home buying journey? We actually did bring my dad along to the very first house because he works in heating and air conditioning, and I wanted to make sure that we could actually get air conditioning on the second level. Upon bringing him to the house, we realized that there was no ductwork upstairs, which would make it difficult and expensive to tear out the walls and install ductwork to get AC upstairs. So in that case, we really were happy to bring him along, but we did not bring our parents along for the rest of the process. They were there helping us on move-in weekend, and they came to our housewarming party and have been to several things since, so it's not like they missed out on seeing the home that we chose. The fourth thing to consider is if you are bringing your parents along in hopes of their expertise or knowledge. Like I said, obviously we brought my dad along. He works in heating and air conditioning, so it was a very specific question that we had. Your real estate agent should be able to find out all of the answers to any questions that you have. And if you're planning on getting a home inspection, the home inspector is literally licensed in that. That is what they do for their job. And so putting your full faith and trust in the home inspector is going to be key. The next thing to consider is, how long have your parents owned their home? If they've purchased their home recently and they know that the market can be a bit tough with low supply and high demand, then they might have more of an understanding for what the market is like and why prices are where they are and everything surrounding the market. If it's been like 20 years since they've purchased their home, they might not understand what this current market is like. Just be aware that there is a possibility that disagreements could come up about the value of the property. The next item to consider is, are your parents opinionated about other aspects of your life? If you trust that at the end of the day, they will ultimately let you make your decision and support you through whatever, then it might be great to have your parents along. However, if they have been judgmental in the past, you don't need to bring your parents along. You definitely don't need to feel like that's a given. You can do things on your own. Whoever needs to hear this, you do not need to bring your parents along when purchasing a home, but if you want to, you absolutely can. That brings me to my next point. You can always bring your parents along in the beginning, and if you decide that it's just not working out, you can decide to continue the home search without them, and vice versa. If you start your home search without your parents, you can always add them back in at any point in the process. That being said, I personally ask that if you're going to bring your parents along to the home inspection, for example, that I would prefer them to be at all showings just so that they know what the other houses have looked like. This may be the very best house that was out there for you in your budget, but if they haven't seen the other houses, they may not realize that. And that can be where those alarms and red flags come back into play. Another thing to consider, which is very common these days, is are your parents contributing money to your purchase? I am sure that I have at least either thought this or said it in a joking, funny manner, but when parents get very opinionated about the house that their child is looking at, and you want to be like, are you paying for it? But honestly, if your parent is contributing money towards your home purchase, they may want to be a part of the process. So just keep that in mind. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it is your decision if you want to bring your parents along for your home buying journey, and it is not wrong one way or the other. But I hope that these reflective questions have helped you come to a conclusion and make you feel a little bit better about what you should do. If you enjoyed this video, I would super appreciate it if you could give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel in order to see more. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.